Hey, Aaron, can you help me review my presentation slides later today?
Of course, send them over.
And if you don't mind, maybe just take a quick look at my resume too? I'm applying for that new role.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to squeeze it in.
Oh, and one last thing. Can you pick up my dry cleaning if you're near that area?
Okay. I guess I can make it work?
Haha. Hey, hold on. Do you have all the time in the world? Or are you just way too nice to say no?
Honestly, I think I'm just terrible at saying no. Even when I want to, I feel guilty.
You're not the only one. So many of us feel like we have to say yes to avoid disappointing people, to be seen as kind or reliable.
But here's the truth. Every yes that comes from guilt takes something away from us. Our energy, our time, our peace of mind.
And that's exactly what we're talking about today.
Hey everyone! This is the English Leap podcast, your go-to English podcast for learning English step by step through real conversations, useful vocabulary, and self-improvement topics.
In this episode, we're diving into something most of us struggle with.
The art of saying no without guilt. How to set healthy boundaries, protect your energy, and still be kind and respectful.
And, by the way, quick announcement. We've created a free PDF guide for this episode. It includes a comprehension, grammar, and vocabulary exercises, all designed to give you a little extra English practice. You can download it anytime. Just click the link in the video description.
Plus, don't go anywhere, because later in the episode, Crystal will break down some useful English words and expressions from today's topic to help you build both your fluency and your confidence.
So, take a deep breath. And let's begin.
Okay, confession time. I once agreed to bake 60 cupcakes for my niece's school event. The same week I had a major deadline at work. I didn't want to let anyone down. So I said yes. Guess who pulled an all-nighter covered in flour and self-doubt?
Ha ha ha. That sounds like every overcommitted person ever. And honestly, I've been there too. I once agreed to help a friend move apartments, even though I had back-to-back meetings and barely slept the night before. My body was at work, but my soul had left the building.
And why do we do it? Because we're conditioned to believe that saying no makes us selfish or difficult.
Exactly. We associate no with conflict, with rejection, like we're somehow obligated to keep everyone else happy, even if it comes at the expense of our own peace.
There's also guilt. This creeping sense of emotional debt. Like if I say no, I'm a bad sister, friend, employee.
But here's what I realized way too late. Saying yes when you actually want to say no is a form of self-abandonment.
You're literally betraying your own needs to keep up the illusion of being agreeable.
And that's not kindness. That's overextension. And it's unsustainable.
And when we look closely, we see something even deeper. That every yes we say out of guilt or fear comes at a hidden cost.
Okay, real talk. Remember that friend I helped move?
Yeah?
Well, I said yes to them, but that meant saying no to sleep, to my own work, and to my Saturday plans. I spent the entire weekend playing catch-up and feeling miserable.
Totally relatable. I've missed gym sessions, skipped meals, delayed my own priorities, just because I couldn't muster the courage to say no.
And it adds up. Those tiny sacrifices accumulate. And suddenly, you're not living your own life anymore. You're constantly prioritizing everyone else.
And you know what that leads to? Burnout, resentment, Emotional exhaustion.
There's a quote that hits this on the nose. You don't have to set yourself on fire to keep others warm.
Oof, that one stings. Because I've done exactly that, over and over again.
So here's a practical tip. Next time someone asks for your time or energy, ask yourself, what am I saying no to by saying yes to this?
And if that no includes your well-being, your rest, your peace, you've got to reevaluate.
Which brings us to something most people never realize. That saying no isn't just an instinct. It's a skill.
This took me years to understand. Saying no isn't about being cold or distant. It's about setting boundaries. Healthy ones.
Right? And boundaries are not walls. They're filters. They help you decide what aligns with your values and what doesn't.
Like last month, I was asked to join a volunteer committee at work. Great cause. Amazing people. But I knew I didn't have the bandwidth.
And did you say no?
I did. I said, I really admire what you're doing, but I can't commit right now. It was uncomfortable for about 5 seconds, and then it felt so freeing.
That's the thing. Saying no doesn't have to be harsh. You can say it with kindness and clarity.
A few go-to phrases I use now. I'd love to help, but I'm fully booked this week. That doesn't align with my current focus. I appreciate the offer, but I have to pass this time.
Love that. Boundaries don't hurt relationships. They protect them. They keep you from building silent resentment toward people you actually care about.
Because when you're honest about your limits, you leave less room for miscommunication and emotional residue.
Exactly. But even after setting a clear boundary, that little monster called guilt still shows up, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I've said no and then spent hours replaying the conversation in my head, wondering if I sounded too blunt, or if they're now secretly upset with me.
That post-no guilt is so real. It's like we've been conditioned to believe that putting ourselves first means we've done something wrong.
But here's something that helped me a lot. Just because you feel guilty doesn't mean you are guilty.
Yes. Guilt is often just an emotional echo, a leftover feeling from years of people-pleasing.
So now, I ask myself one simple question after saying no. Did I say it respectfully?
And if the answer is yes, then that guilt, it's just emotional noise. You don't need to act on it.
Instead of guilt, I try to shift into gratitude. Gratitude for choosing my well-being. Gratitude for honoring what I need in that moment.
Because putting yourself first isn't selfish. It's responsible. It's a form of emotional maturity.
And the amazing part is, once you push through that initial discomfort, something powerful starts to happen.
You begin to realize that no isn't just a rejection. It's a door to something better.
The first few times I said no with confidence, I felt awkward, sure, but I also felt something else I hadn't felt in a long time. Peace.
Exactly. Every time you say no to something that drains you, you're making space for something that truly matters. Your health, your passion, your rest.
You're no longer being pulled in 10 different directions. You're moving with intention.
And people begin to see that. They may not say it out loud, but deep down, they respect someone who has clarity and conviction.
Boundaries don't push people away. They actually invite healthier connections, the kind where both sides are honest and respected.
And here's a final thought I remind myself often. When you say no to others, you're saying yes to yourself.
And if you've made it this far, we hope this episode has helped you reflect a little deeper on your own relationship with the word no.
And now, to help you build not just your mindset, but also your English, we're handing things over to Crystal for today's vocabulary breakdown.
She'll go over some of the key words and expressions we used in today's episode, so you can speak about topics like boundaries, guilt, and self-respect with confidence.
So, Crystal, here you go.
Thanks, Evan. And hello, learners. It's time for our vocabulary breakdown. Let's look at some powerful words and expressions from today's episode. These aren't just great for your English. They also help you talk about emotions, boundaries, and real-life situations with more depth. Ready? Let's begin. Confession. When you tell the truth about something personal, often something you were hiding. Example. Okay, confession time. I once agreed to bake 60 cupcakes during a busy week. Let's say it out loud. Confession. A confession can feel scary, but it's also the beginning of honesty with yourself. Here comes another one. Pull an all-nighter. To stay awake all night to finish something, like work or studying. Example. I pulled an all-nighter to finish the project. Repeat after me. Pull an all-nighter. Your body needs rest. No achievement is worth constant exhaustion. Now let's look at the next one. Overcommitted. When you say yes to too many things and don't have enough time or energy. Example. She felt overcommitted after agreeing to 3 different projects. Now say it with me. Overcommitted. Saying yes to everything often means saying no to yourself. Let's move on to the next word. Self-abandonment. When you ignore your own needs to please others. Example. Saying yes when you want to say no is a form of self-abandonment. Your turn. Say it out loud. Self-abandonment. You matter too. Don't forget to show up for yourself. Now let's take a look at another one. Betraying. Hurting someone's trust, including your own. Example. You're betraying your own needs when you say yes out of guilt. Repeat after me. Betraying. Being true to yourself is not betrayal, it's courage. Here comes another one. Illusion. Something that looks true but isn't real. Example. We keep up the illusion that we can do everything. Let's say it out loud. Illusion. Letting go of the illusion gives you space to be real. Let's look at the next word. Overextension. Trying to do too much, often more than you can handle. Example. Saying yes to everything leads to overextension. Let's say it together. Overextension. You're not a machine. Know your limits. All right, next one. Unsustainable. Something that cannot continue for a long time without causing harm. Example. That busy schedule is unsustainable. Let's say it out loud. Unsustainable. What's the point of success if you can't sustain it? Let's look at the next word. Miserable. Very unhappy or uncomfortable. Example. He felt miserable after missing his weekend rest. Repeat after me. Miserable. Listen to your emotions. They speak louder than words. Now let's take a look at another one. Burnout. Extreme tiredness from doing too much for too long. Example. People-pleasing often ends in burnout. Let's say it out loud. Burnout. Burnout isn't weakness. It's a warning sign. Here comes another one. Resentment. Anger you feel when treated unfairly or when your needs are ignored. Example: over time, she felt resentment for always saying yes. Let's say it together. Resentment. Resentment grows when you stay silent too long. Here comes another one. Emotional exhaustion. Feeling completely drained because of stress or pressure. Example: he was dealing with emotional exhaustion after months of overwork. Now repeat after me. Emotional exhaustion. You deserve rest before you reach the edge. Let's look at the next word. Reevaluate. To think again about something and decide if it should change. Example: she had to reevaluate her priorities after burning out. Let's say it out loud. Reevaluate. Growth begins when you're willing to rethink your choices. Let's move on to the next word. Instinct. A natural feeling or reaction that doesn't need much thought. Example: her instinct was to say yes, even though she was tired. Say it gently with me. Instinct. Sometimes your first instinct isn't the right one. All right, next one. Emotional residue. Leftover feelings like guilt or stress after a hard situation. Example: saying no respectfully leaves less emotional residue. Say it with me. Emotional residue. Clear decisions leave a clear heart. Now let's take a look at another one. Blunt. Saying something in a very direct way, sometimes too directly. Example: she worried her message sounded too blunt. Now repeat after me. Blunt. Being honest is good, but balance it with care. And now, our final word for today. Conviction. Strong belief or confidence in what you're saying or doing. Example: he said no with calmness and conviction. Say it gently with me. Conviction. When your voice has conviction, people listen. Great job. That's all from me. Let's head back to Aaron and Evan to wrap things up.
Thank you, Crystal. And thank you for staying with us till the end. Saying no isn't easy, but it's one of the most powerful skills you can build.
Absolutely. Protecting your time isn't selfish. It's necessary.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to grab the free PDF in the description.
We'll see you next time, right here on the English Leap Podcast.